Hey everyone, thank you for clicking on this video. I hope you're having an awesome day. In today's video, we're going to be discussing and trying to figure out why Batman Arkham Origins is so hated and also so underrated within the Arkham fan base. Now, a lot of die-hard fans of the series would probably say it's not their least favorite, it's actually one of their favorites. However, for a more casual audience, a lot of people really seem to dislike this game. So I actually want to sit down and figure out why is this game so disliked. Well, to start off with, an obvious thing to mention is the fact that this game isn't actually made by Rocksteady, which for those who are unaware, they made Arkham Asylum City and Arkham Knight. However, of course, Origins did come out before Knight, so strictly, here we're talking about Asylum and City, which of course, these two games were received very, very well, not just by fans of Batman, but just by the general public as well. So, of course, people were excited by Origins, however, it not being made by the same company already put it at a bit of a disadvantage. Now, one thing that people could criticize this game for is laziness. Despite me not really thinking this game's that lazy, I think that they did a great job. I do think things like reusing City's map were probably not the right choice. Obviously, this was likely done maybe for, due to time constraints and things like that. However, I guess we could still sort of criticize that as them either not having any ideas or maybe being lazy. But again, I likely suspect it's because they wanted to have one game every 2 years. Of course, we had Asylum in 2009, City in 11, and they probably likely knew because it was going to be the final game. It was going to take a few years, probably till 2015, which of course is when it came out. So they wanted to have another game in between. So of course we have a game in 2013, which, is Arkham Origins. With all this being said, the main reason I think it's actually hated, aside from it not being made by the same company, and this is one reason that it is sort of tainted in my eyes. Not literally, it's still absolutely an amazing game. However, it's probably the spot where this game shows its weaknesses the most, and it's actually within the story. I think the story is actually not bad. Probably the second best aside from Arkham City. However, I do think that the twist, of course, that it's Joker, that's the main villain, not Black Mask, really rubbed people the wrong way because up until this point, Joker was always the main villain. In Asylum, of course, it makes sense. It's the first game. You want to ease the players in with familiar characters. However, in City, it's a little less forgivable because even though there's more villains in that game, technically speaking, the Joker is still the main villain, even though, of course, we have Hugo Strange and Ra's. They are definitely main villains, but I think the overarching villain, not just in that game, but in the whole series, even in Knight when he's supposed to be dead, is still the Joker. And of course this makes sense because he is Batman's main villain, but of course Batman has so many villains that could be the front and center of a game, which is a real shame that the Arkham games never really utilized, which is why it was a shame when in Origins it was revealed Black Mask would be the villain, which of course is exciting because it's always been Joker up until that point, and of course no one could know this at the time, but he would still basically be the main villain in the next game. So having a new character, of course, is very exciting. I'm so sorry, I keep saying of course, I don't mean to. But you play through the game and then you realize it isn't Black Mask, it's the Joker, which is so underwhelming and so, for lack of better words, so lame. I don't know why they did this. I know he's a very, very popular villain, but he has so many villains, of course. I said it again, fuck. Batman has so many villains aside from Joker. You could have someone, like Bane, who I think could have absolutely been the main villain of this game. You could have actually used a Black Mask. That could have been a good idea. Even like smaller villains like, Firefly, even though Riddler pisses me off, he probably could have been a main villain of one of the games. However, they like to play it safe and stick with the Joker, which I think in this game more than any was the biggest issue. I would 100% love to know what you guys think is people's biggest issues with Arkham Origins. If you have a massive issue with Arkham Origins, definitely let me know. Let me know, is it your least favorite game in the series? Is it your favorite? What are some of its weaknesses? What are some of its strengths? I'd love to know what you guys actually think. This game, as I have mentioned before, is not bad at all. It's still an amazing game, and I do not understand the hate that this game gets, even though I've just spent the last 5 minutes basically explaining why people probably don't like this game. I don't actually think they're valid in people saying that it's the worst game in the series. And of course, if you believe it is, that's completely okay. However, people saying that it's actually bad are kind of stupid, because there's actually a lot of people out there who say it's bad without actually playing it, which if you played through it and you think it's bad, I mean, fair enough, right? That's your opinion. But if you've never played the game, like never touched it, and you're going solely off reviews or other people's opinion, you can't really say it's bad. And that goes for everything, you know. If you don't try something yourself, you can't really have an opinion on it because you have no experience with it. And this game really follows that trend of people, I guess, hating something because it's different. This game, yeah, it's made by a different company, but it still plays basically the exact same as the other Arkham games, which is why I've never really understood the hate that this game really gets. But, of course, thank you guys so much for watching. If you did enjoy, please consider leaving a like on it and subscribing. I make a ton of Batman videos. I already have a bunch, so if you want to check those out, please consider doing that. I don't say the word of course as much in those ones, so hopefully it doesn't piss you off. Anyways, thank you for watching. I hope to see you in the next video.